It's Feisty Fridays again. It's the Feisty PM. I'm sitting at my desk, and yes, it's still in a weird new place. I have to tell you, the cat's out of the bag. I'm actually moving. And it's going to be a while. It's going to be lots of weeks where I will be in transition. I might even have to shoot some of these, I don't know, in some different places. I would imagine I'll be settled by like mid-November. But until then, we're just going to flex because it's all about adaptability. And also, it's about survival sometimes. Wow, I cannot believe that I am staring down we're more than halfway through the month of September of 2025. And when I think of the things that have occurred in 2025, and when I also think of the things that have occurred even since last Friday, it's a lot, my friends. It's so much. And the feisty part of me would love to maybe be even more provocative than sometimes I already am. And I know that in my heart, I'm quite provocative, but I'm also wanting to be really cautious. I'm wanting to be really cautious about where my feistiness energy is spent. Because in times of chaos, confusion, it's also really important to be calm. Last week, I talked about firefighting as a leader. And, I feel like in some ways that was a provocative energy to put out there because I feel like we have, to a certain extent, been firefighting as of late across the globe. We are experiencing tremendous trauma, and there just doesn't seem to be any end to it. And perhaps hoping or wishing for an end to it is a little bit too much to ask for because there's also an energy that's welling up, that's spinning. As a facilitator, I know I've got over 200 students this semester, and I can just see in their eyes this sort of hopeful, future focused expectation. And I really want to be an inspirer of the future. But for me, that's why we need to be so strategic. Because for most of my career as a leader, I have just fought fires. In fact, I have started a lot of fires myself. I didn't mean to start fires, but I was naive and, quite frankly, a little stupid. And I incited conflict, and my presence, my energy, my word choice tended to fire people up. And I found myself always having to put these fires out or thinking about how I was going to put these fires out, when in fact, I ended up drowning in the urgent. Have you ever done that? Have you ever just drowned in the urgent because everything feels urgent? Yeah. My inbox consistently reminds me that when I sit down to my desk to do the task at hand, if I glance at my inbox, all of a sudden I am waylaid. I am distracted. I am pulled in another direction. Another fire needs to be put out. And it always seems to just be a pile up of a list of things to do. Prioritization is something I don't always take time to strategize about, but I need to, because if I spend all my time reacting to things, I actually don't leave time to lead. And I want to consciously lead. And I'm guilty of what a lot of us are guilty of, which is that we are busy and we wear it like this, I don't know, like a award. Oh, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. Oh, yeah, me, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. Stop celebrating busyness. Stop for me, and I'm saying this to me, stop, Amber, thinking busyness means success. It doesn't. It means chaos. It means distraction. And it also means that I tend to know myself better when I am putting out fires, as opposed to recognizing the power that comes from staying calm, taking time, and building a plan. You know, I help organizations build strategic plans. I know how to do this from a practical standpoint. I'm well engineered. But when it comes to just my own decision making, what I'm going to do with my day and how I'm going to work on project to project, strategy sometimes gets the better of me in that I just don't make time for it. But it's really important that I think strategically. And as a leader, I find I have to create the space. My calendar is busy, 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 busy. My family members are in awe of what I can hold and balance. And the fact of the matter is that I can't. And they're in awe of what is unattainable and unachievable. So what I need to do is create space. In my newsletter, I use the term margin. And basically, like, we need to create margins in our calendars. We need time. We need calm because building strategy requires a room to think, room to listen. And when we're listening, we need to be thinking about how to ask bigger questions. Instead of asking myself, like, how do I fight this fire? How do I fix this? What's the immediate response? I need to actually think about, like, why did that happen? What did I do or what happened to create the situation and how can I prevent it from happening again? That's strategic. That's strategy. That's transforming your busyness into something that is very different. And that's what I want to do. The other thing is, I need to empower everyone around me to think this way. Because if I'm the problem solver for all of the teams, for all of the dynamics, guess what? I am standing in the way of other people actually recognizing what they have power and dominion over themselves. So many of us are disempowered. We feel weak. Quite honestly, it's because we're putting our attention in the wrong place. For me, if I'm feeling weak, I have to take stock, calm down, think to myself, where am I spending energy and time that I need not? Because there are others that are better to do that than I am. I need to get out of the way. And as a leader, it's really important to recognize it's not about what we can do, it's about what all of us can do together. And being a leader means doing that, literally, not stealing someone else's opportunity or growth, not feeling competitive, stepping aside and allowing other people to act on our behalf. And then for me, and this is where I'm at right now, is I want to play the long game. I want to think long term. What do I want to build? What do I want to do? I just finished the first season of my very own podcast, and I'm super proud of it. And the final episode is going to drop on the 22nd of September. It feels really good. We did 30 episodes, season one, the Feisty Project podcast. But I don't want to not do the podcast. I just know I need a break from the regularity of it so that I can breathe deep and I can re-energize. And so I want to do something different, and I'm going to. Stay tuned because I'm going to share with you the journey that I'm taking to actually think about strategic thinking, to think about how to build long term, how to play the long game, how to recognize what I have, what I want, and what I can do, and then calmly and rationally building a plan for it. Because I want to be a good leader. And a good leader knows that their job is to actually think strategically. Because the fires, the emergencies, the drama, the trauma, it's always going to be there. And if it's always going to be there, then it's actually not just about us surviving all of that. It's about finding a way to lead into tomorrow and thrive. So that's what I'm going to work on. I'm still brewing a few ideas in my head. Things are percolating, but I'm going to share it with you and I'm going to make sure that you can watch me do what I know I need to do, which is I need to stop firefighting and start strategizing.